Hey friend! In my video, Defining Success, we discussed how our definitions of success will be as unique as we are. But how do you narrow down exactly what success looks like for you? Hi, I'm Kate Glasheen. I'm a voice and dialect coach with a passion for health and wellness. You can learn more about me at kateglasheen.com, and if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe below. Let's get started. Part of an actor's job is to know what their character's objective or what they want is in any given part of the play. The more specific the objective, the more specific the tactics the actor can play to achieve it. But objectives can be difficult to narrow down. Let's say I start with, I want her to understand how sorry I am. Well, that's a start, but it's not very concrete. So try to make it more active and specific. I want her to forgive me. Okay, well that's better. And then I like to refine that even further by asking the question, what would forgiveness look like in this specific context? Or what might actually physically happen if I achieved my objective? Maybe forgiveness in this context looks like a hug. So my objective becomes, I want her to hug me. And everything I do in the scene and on stage is to get that character to hug me, whether I succeed or not. The more specific your objective and the clearer vision you have of what it would look like if you got it, the more specific your actions will be to achieve it. And guess what? Objective is really just another word for goal, which means asking these same questions about your life goals and objectives will help you tailor a specific plan to achieve them. It's also important to consider that a successful life is not only about your career. It's also about successful relationships with your family, friends, colleagues, your finances, and even yourself. So the big question is, what does success look like for me? Well, if you feel overwhelmed by that question, you should. It's too big and too broad. So break it down into smaller, more manageable areas of your life. And these could include your family and friends relationships, your physical and mental health, your spiritual life, your financial health, your career, your education, or being a lifelong learner and how you facilitate that. And then your personal life, hobbies and activities, things you do just for you because they're fun and they bring you joy. Those categories are the ones cited most often by personal growth and development experts, and for good reason. You need to address all of them in order to have a balanced and fulfilling life. So separate them or group them in whatever way makes sense for you, but take the time to determine what success does and does not look like in each area of your life. Let's look at family life. My successful family life would not look like our first year of marriage, in which my husband and I had so many projects that we never saw each other. I think we sat down to dinner at home together about 6 times the entire year. Success would look more like sitting down with him to dinner most nights of the week, and maybe a weekly date night, and time each week to call my parents and other close family and friends that live far away and I don't get to see in person. Protecting that time takes some planning, discussion, and decisions on how much we can commit to as individuals and as a couple. What about finances? Financial success for me looks like having enough money to easily pay my bills and have some extra left over for some travel or maybe some further training, and to be reasonably generous to people and causes that I care about. Financial success, again, just for me, does not look like mountains of debt, nor does it look like having more money than I could use in several lifetimes, especially if it comes at the expense of the other areas of my life. I am not willing to sacrifice my relationships for working too much. And believe me, I'm not always successful at that. It's a work in progress. Your vision of success in these areas may look very different than mine. Our circumstances, preferences, and career paths will all vary, but the one thing we have in common is the need for a balanced, well-rounded life. And remember, it doesn't all happen at once. As you envision success across the different areas of your life, keep an eye out for the clearest, most actionable path forward. Establishing success in one area may facilitate success in others, and maybe small actions across the board will help you level up everywhere. There's no one right way. So use the questions we ask as actors to determine your objectives and the actions you can take to achieve them. The one advantage we all have over characters in a play is that our next scene hasn't been written yet.